31 October 2020, and today I want to quickly take you through the court case where Prophet Shepherd Bushiri, his wife, and another couple, William Dolo and Zetu Mdolo, and another young lady called Landiwe Shokwana, are in court, and they are facing charges of money laundering, fraud, and in the case of some of them defeating the cause of justice. And for example, if you look at Wheeler attempted to escape South Africa on 3 occasions through the OR Tambo International Airport. So the police actually had to arrest him at the airport when he was actually fleeing for Dubai. So let me go through what has happened. There was a bail hearing on Friday, and this was 5 hours, the bail hearing. And I'm going to summarize it for our WhatsApp audience who are not able to watch these long videos. So the end result is that Prophet Shepherd Bushiri has offered to pay 200,000 for himself and 200,000 rands for his wife. That's 400,000 in total. And then for Landiwe, they offered to pay, I think that was 30,000. And then for the wife of Wheeler, who is Zetu, they offered to pay 50,000 rands. The reason why they're paying these amounts is they're saying they're not a flight risk. They'll be able to stay at the houses, the addresses where they offered, or to the court. So they told the court that they stay at certain places, and then they say they'll stay at those houses. And this is where the biggest problem is. The biggest problem is that Bushiri, according to the state case, does not stay with his wife. He does not stay at the house where his wife stays, and I think that is the house in Midstream. Bushiri stays somewhere else at a condo which no one knows. So according to the state case, no one knows where Bushiri lives. He comes to the house, but he does not stay there all the time. That's what the state is saying. But obviously the defense is saying that is the house where he stays, and he's not a flight risk. His wife, they are saying she's also a flight risk because she has not handed over one of her passports. She handed over a passport that is expired, but not the other. And in the case of the wife of Wheeler, who is there to Dolo, they are saying she is a signatory to the bank account in question. So the bank account of this company, I think it's called Rising Estate, which they were using to defraud people through a forex scam. She's a signatory there. But the defense says she already resigned from that company in 2017. This is a very, very interesting case because what you are hearing in the public domain and what is within the court, they are two different things altogether. And you will be surprised maybe on Monday, you wake up and the judge rules that Bushiri gets bail. Whereas in public, it seems like it's not possible. So when I was listening to this court case, it became clear to me that it's possible that these people could get bail because of the way the lawyers argue. I found the prosecution with the state, they presented their case very well in a calm manner. But Bushiri's lawyer, this lady, she's quite aggressive. And to me, I found it a bit, she put me off a bit with a style. But after a while, I realized what she's doing. She's defending her client. She's putting the facts on the table. So I just want to see if I've left anything important. But if you want to read this, if you can't watch on video, obviously, if you go to gampago.com, you'll see all the information here. So let's go to William Dole. He is one of the key business people who is in support of Shepherd Bushiri. He is apparently in South Africa on a visitor's visa. He's married to a South African woman, Zetu, and his visa expired. His visitor's visa expired in January. So he's been illegal in South Africa since January. When the lockdown happened, he was already illegal in South Africa. And the state is saying he should not be running a business when he's got a visitor's visa. So that's one of the key reasons why they want to give him issues here. Mdolo owns a property in the United Kingdom, so he can flee. And if you listen to what was happening, he was already fleeing when they caught him. So 3 times he tried to flee, and they arrested him at the airport. So this guy is going to find it very difficult to get bail. As for Bushiri, he does not own any property in South Africa under his name. Everything is owned by the company. The house in Waterfall City, here in Midrand, it's owned by the church, or is being leased, or is being sold. And the one which he owns at Midstream Estate, it is shared with his wife. And as I said before, they do not live together according to police investigations. And when you look at the issue of Zetu, she's guarded by heavily armed guards. And the police had to use a special unit to go and arrest her. And then, interestingly, for the Bushiris, they travel out of South Africa, or they travel out of the country at least 5 times a month. And Bushiri has traveled out of South Africa 113 times since 2017, and his wife has traveled out of South Africa 75 times since 2017. And Bushiri's wife apparently has a flat in Dubai, which she denied, and the state is arguing that if they let them go, they'll be out, they'll run. Bushiri had handed himself over after the time when he was supposed to have handed himself. And then, obviously, the Mdolos, I've already indicated their story. She's got the wife has got a child who is 9 months old, and another one is 4 years old. She wants to go and breastfeed her child. I see her as the most likely person to get bail because of her circumstances, and also the fact that she's South African. She's got nowhere to go. And in response, Bushiri denied everything. He does not own property in Dubai, and then he claimed immunity. And he also said that no one was defrauded. This case, the state is making a general case, and he's already on bail on another case, and he's obeyed all the conditions of that case, or of that those bail conditions. He's allowed to visit his hotel called Sparkling Waters Hotel, which is in Northwest, and has been doing that. So he's not a flight risk, according to himself. And then, obviously, Landiwe, she owns property in Port Elizabeth, in Cape Town, where her husband lives, and the lawyers proposed a bail of $50,000. So I think I made a mistake there in the beginning. Z2 is 30,000, and Landiwe is 50,000. And in conclusion, as I said, anything can happen. The lawyers did a good job. Let's see what happens on Monday. But this is going to be a very interesting case. The issue of whether Bushiri is in South Africa legally or illegally, I think it's not going to play a part here. And I also want to look at the issue of immunity. You might find out that Bushiri has immunity because he produced the document on immunity. And I hope that we hear more about that during the actual trial. But it might turn out that Bushiri is actually a diplomat in South Africa, which will be very, very interesting. All right, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've benefited from this short summary. And we'll talk again next week after Bushiri's case is heard. Next week, on Monday, they are hearing the case. I don't think there'll be judgment, but then we'll know on Monday what happens to them. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on WhatsApp, send it to as many people as possible. If you're watching this on YouTube and Facebook, please like, comment, and share.